Infowars.com. Wars with a Z.
Here it comes. Another edition of the Alex Bone Show. Info-wars, warswithaz.com.
Just another day on the front line. Poor still apologize. Feeling like a landmine. You know where I can rock.
Yeah.
It's hard to swallow when you're cyanide. Something's there, watch your step. Now I'm ready to ignite. Maybe I'm a misfit.
Boss is singing.
Yes, I'm singing along with the music. I don't know the words, I just go. So that's all I know how to do.
Now my moment's here, I'm not the only one. Maybe I'll find, maybe when I'm older. But if I face you now, maybe I'm a soldier.
Time to break down the news for you. Today's breaking news stories. And we will comment on them to tell you what's real and what's not real, what's fake and what's not fake, and what's good and what's not good. Let's kick it off with our first video today, Jimmy.
Tom Homan, Donald Trump's incoming border chief, is now saying that he wants to set up a hotline for the American public to be able to call in and report individuals they believe are undocumented.
Oh, that's going to turn out really well. I think that's going to be great. 1-800 get rid of Mexicans.
This is all part of his plan to revamp
1-800 can't speak English.
the way America does
1-800 bye-bye.
border security on Donald Trump's first day.
1-800 goodbye.
That's exactly what I just said, Jimmy.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
You should listen to the show.
Specifically, Homan says, quote, "I want a place where American citizens can call and report. We need to take care of the American people. We want to give them an opportunity to
Give them an email address also.
be part of the
And make an app.
fix." Meanwhile,
Put it on TikTok so you can go, I saw somebody that shouldn't be here, take them away.
Homan is also privately
I could do that to my wife.
telling Republicans on
She's undocumented. Come take her away.
Capitol Hill
Get her.
that they
Get my kids too.
actually don't have enough
Get Jimmy.
money to
Jimmy's undocumented.
mass deport
I got documentation, I think, somewhere.
20 million undocumented
Let me see it, Jimmy.
immigrants on Donald Trump's
I bet you don't have it.
first day, or even
I think
really
my
Donald
mom
Trump's
has
first
it
few weeks
somewhere
in
in the
office.
safe.
And he is trying to temper
You better get it, or
expectation.
I'm gonna call that number
From-
and I'm gonna say that you're undocumented.
Folks on the far right
Take my wife,
Right.
my kids,
who want
and Jimmy.
massive deportations immediately because the federal government
And I got a couple other people too.
just doesn't have
When your boss gets pissed at you and your boss yells at you, you can call that number and say he's undocumented.
the capacity to carry out what Donald
That's what we can do.
Trump and Tom Homan want. So it'll be interesting to see whether there is some public or private infighting because of this. But in any event, this is not great news.
I think it's great. I think it's the greatest news I've ever heard in my life. I can call up and then tell people to ICE to come get people. That is awesome. So happy.
I
Next.
think they're not concerned about the fact that it is available. As I said, the remedy is just somebody else has to run TikTok.
Hey, this is about the TikTok ban. This is this more Supreme Court stuff.
All right. It's going to go away next week.
But they're not concerned
We got like 7 days left of the
about
TikTok.
the content. They're concerned about what the foreign adversary
And then this show goes away.
is doing.
I don't know what we're going to do. I mean, this whole show is nothing but TikTok.
So if I may, I think to answer your question properly, I think I have to separate two things. One is the content recommendation algorithm. And that's what I was speaking about a moment ago. That has nothing to do with data security. That doesn't itself procure data. That just determines what videos people see on their feed on TikTok.
Right.
As to that, I think the answer is inescapably that the government and Congress itself was worried about content. The government itself is here saying national
Free speech. Have you ever heard of free speech? This is free speech on steroids.
security. So like a mix of cat videos or dance videos doesn't affect national security.
Right. My cat video doesn't affect you at all.
Well, no matter what happens, the only thing that can affect that
But they want to ban me, I guarantee. They always try to ban me. Always.
security,
They banned me twice already.
national security, are the substance of those videos. And when the government's pressed in its briefing, it outright tells you that. It says, what we're really worried about is sowing doubts about U.S. leaders, et cetera.
Yeah, and banning me. Ban me. Oh, makes me so mad that TikTok always bans me just for no reason.
Illness across the U.S. Things are
All right, Jimmy.
illness
next.
across the U.S.
All right, let's play another video. Sorry.
The U.S. illness across
I'll
the
try not to get you upset again.
Things are so bad in one state that some hospitals, they're actually restricting visitors. And ABC's Morgan Norwood is here with the new details. Good morning, Morgan.
All right, so some hospitals are cracking down because the COVID-19 is coming back.
Now, does anybody think it's strange that now hospitals are cutting back and telling people that they can't come into the hospital because of COVID?
Gio, good morning.
And for the past 4 years, we've had none of this. None. Zero. Zilch.
Feels like every
But the minute Trump gets back in, that's it. We got to think of a new flu, a new something.
everyone around you is coughing or sneezing. Look, you are not a match.
Does anybody else see this? This is only 7 days away from Trump coming in, and already stories are coming out about COVID again.
It.
We haven't heard the word COVID in 4 years.
Hospitals across the country are dealing with a wave of respiratory illnesses hitting
See?
families hard, especially young kids. The CDC says
Did she say especially dumb kids?
No, she said especially young kids.
Oh, I was going to say, that's perfect for you, Jimmy, because you're a dumb kid.
more than half of the country, at least 35 states,
That's
are
not
seeing
very
high
nice.
or very high levels
can't
of
say
flu,
that,
COVID,
sir.
RSV, even the common cold. So far this season, the flu alone
See, we didn't even hear about the common cold in the past 4 years. Nothing. You put Republicans in office, guess what? There's a new illness. We're all going to die.
has sent more than 63,000 people to the hospital and caused at least 2,700 deaths. That includes 11
We didn't hear none of this for 4
children.
years.
We are expecting fresh numbers tomorrow. Meanwhile, in Michigan, the situation's so serious that two major Detroit health systems are now limiting visitors to help stop the spread of RSV. Pediatric units especially overwhelmed, with some hospitals at 95% capacity.
See, did you hear any of this in 4 years? No.
Urging everyone to get their annual flu and COVID vaccines if
We didn't even hear about flu shots in the past 4
they
years.
haven't already, and Rhiannon, to stay home if you are sick.
See, now they're telling you to stay home. 7 days before the Republicans get in the office, we got to stay home. See how this works?
I want to know the answers. So I'm the governor of California. I want to know the answer. I guess
God, this is Governor Newscum.
I've got that question. I can't tell you about how many people, what happened.
You don't know what happened. You're the
My
governor.
own team saying what happened, and I want to get the answers. Everyone's getting. I'll be
Would you get the answers?
candid with you. I'm getting straight in.
Don't go on somebody's podcast.
Answers.
Okay, get off the podcast. Go make a phone call.
Yeah, I watched the press conference. I met with some of those leaders.
Stop watching press conferences and get on phone calls.
Oh,
Make meetings.
you had my team
Stop fire.
start talking to local leaders, saying what's going on. Arson, you weren't getting straight answers. I was getting
It's
different
Governor
answers.
Newscom.
Yeah, you said it right, Jimmy.
For me, that's not
Governor
when you start getting
Newscom.
different answers, then I'm not getting into the actual story. And
Well, then you get answers.
they're assessed.
You tie them up and you whip them until they give you the right answers. Come on, get off the podcast, make a phone call.
and I get that as well. You have to have a little bit of grace. Back to the point. We're in this emergency
You're on somebody's podcast.
environment and everything else. So I
You
just
got a mic in front of you.
want to determine
Get off the
the
podcast.
facts. But no one has any patience anymore.
I have no patience at all because you burn the whole state down.
In this weaponized, back to the agreements of Trump, everyone else, people, there's immediacy. And lies travel
There's immediacy because your city's on
the
fire.
proverbial world, and it's hard
Did you not see that?
to get the facts out there unless you
Damn, your hair looks good.
have the backing of
He's got great hair.
those facts, and you can communicate them soberly. And so that's what we're trying to achieve.
Well, maybe you should get off the Fox News podcast and you go make a phone call, make it not happen. How about if we do that? Let's make a pact, okay? You get on the phone and you make phone calls and to get people to stop doing this. Next.
Dozens of runners took to the snow in Russia for one of the world's coldest marathons.
These people are running in a marathon in Russia, and it's like at 58 degrees below zero.
Тщательно, спокойно сбежишь. Никто не мешает, да.
What's he saying, Jimmy?
Природные красоты.
He said it's really, really cold. He said he can't feel his pee-pee because it's really cold.
I don't think he said that.
During the marathon, temperatures hovered as low as 50 degrees Celsius below zero, or negative 58 degrees Fahrenheit.
Negative 58 degrees Fahrenheit, and they go outside and do a run. I don't like to go outside when it's 58 degrees positive, or, when it's not even 60 yet. Say that's cold outside, but they're negative 58, they're going running.
Reuters.
Is there really nothing to do in Russia? I mean, let's go running. It's negative 60 degrees. I think we should just go for a run. Now let's watch TV. No, there's no TV because it's Russia. He said my liver is hurting. No shit.
The 26.2-mile long competition is
26 miles.
no stranger to bitter cold. This region in Siberia has been dubbed the Cold Pole, after all.
I bet it is the cold pole. See, if they had Netflix, they wouldn't be out there. They would be home watching Squid Game. They wouldn't be out there running because they got nothing to do. See, that's another reason why you shouldn't live in Russia right there. There's nothing to do, and you go outside and you run. Next.
At 4:32 p.m., we received a 911 call that a suspect was attempting to light a fire in the community of Woodland Hills.
Oh my God, there's another guy trying to light another fire in California. What's wrong with these people?
And was being detained by residents. Officers from LAPD's Topanga area responded and took that suspect into custody.
Yeah, and he was beaten bloody pulp.
And once we learned that this suspect was a possible arson suspect, our Major Crimes Division responded to Topanga Division, along with Ventura County sheriffs, who was the lead in the Kenneth fire investigation.
So he was caught trying to light another fire in the floor.
No, Jimmy, it's California, not the Florida.
Oh, I get confused. Hey, they look alike.
They kind of look alike, so they're nowhere near each other.
They interviewed this suspect. After the interview and additional investigative steps, looking at some additional evidence that was present, they made the determination that there was not enough probable cause to arrest this person on arson or suspicion of arson.
Well, you should arrest him anyway.
And therefore, this person was arrested on a felony probation violation.
Oh, see, there you go. At least he's in jail. Okay, good. Oof. I hope you just didn't let him go because you didn't get enough, you could figure it out. Okay, next.
Some pretty incredible news coming out in the last 24 hours. Now, as we heard, Russia had requested a meeting with the United States. And
more Russia news.
What we're hearing is that meeting has taken place, and there are now warnings of prepare for nuclear war that are coming out from other nations as well.
I don't think they're that dumb to do that. I really don't. I think they're dumb. Well, they run in 58 degree below zero weather, so they're not really that smart. Let's think about this. No, they're not that dumb.
Now, this comes, as I mentioned, U.S. and Russia, their defense chiefs. They had an opportunity to speak amid the rising tensions currently taking place. That meeting, it did not go so well. As a matter of fact, in the last 24 hours after what has unfolded, we're now hearing that Russian President Vladimir Putin is sparking major World War III fears.
That's been going on for years. But you didn't hear about this that much for the past 4 years. But 7 days away from, who being brought back into the White House, here we go.
As diplomats are warning the United States, Russia is prepared to use nuclear weapons.
Of course.
And now this warning is actually coming out from Turkey now. There are various nations. Now, I just shared with you yesterday,
Turkey.
Korea saying, prepare for nuclear war, U.S. Russia is ready to go. And North Korea is saying that they are by their side. Turkey now coming out with a warning to the United States that what has unfolded with the meetings that took place. I'm going to share with you the details. They didn't go so well. And they're saying prepare for nuclear war. Now, in addition to that, the president of Turkey, as I mentioned, we've got more on Turkey as well. So Turkey warning the United States.
He's saying Turkey a lot.
Turkey also coming out with an announcement today. And the announcement is that Turkey stands with Lebanon in light of the tensions with Israel, as we are.
Which is making me hungry, which means I got to go get something to eat because he said Turkey a lot. And that's the news for today. Hope you learned something. Hope you got the realness from us. Because we get to the bottom of what's real and what's not real, what's fake and what's not fake, and what's good and what's not good.